our DM also had no idea what he was doing, so he pitted us, the level 1, up against a swarm of giant crabs.
Oh god, he fucked up.
And so you didn't really make it level 2 then.
Well, the only reason that we did make it past that encounter was because we were in a conference room in the sort of dorm that we were living in, projecting our map and our characters onto a whiteboard. And this one nerd walked past, saw what we were doing, and saw that we were suffering, and brought in a level 20 paladin to save our asses. And yeah, that was kind of cool.
Did he make you take a quest afterwards?
Yeah.
About to say, paladins generally do that. They have, like, Gios and Mark of Justice as, like, their favorite spells. Go do this thing. What happens if I don't do this thing? You die.
Did you guys ever play the Baldur's Gate 2 video game? I know it's way before your times.
Oh, dude, fuck yeah, I played Baldur's Gate 2. I couldn't get through throwing a ball.
I didn't play it, but I had a weirdly intimate knowledge of it.
We know of it.
In the second part, the Throne of Baal, there's a sequence where you come across like some young adventurers who have been turned to stone by these weird little beholder things. And it's funny because you have the opportunity to send them on a quest that's really beneath you.
That's cute.
And then
I like that.
When they come back, they try to kill you. And it's just a cutscene to you like killing them all without any effort whatsoever. And then the game reloads, and they very cautiously approach you and say, we finished your quest. So that was very cute.
I think one of my favorite things
like that.
in all of Baldur's Gate 2, there's a scene where you need to get this treasure to pay off some merfolk to get into the Underdark, or Sahagin or whatever. And there's a beholder guarding the chest, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm a watcher beholder. I'm not evil. I get paid to do jobs, and the job that I've been paid to do is to make sure that nobody sees the thing inside this chest." And you're like, well, who paid you? And he's like, the guy's dead. He used to be in charge of the Sahagin, and they fucking killed him. Or he used to be in charge of the Drow, and they fucking killed him. And now I don't really work for anyone, and I don't get paid, and I don't like being here, and I just want to go home. And I've been doing this for fucking 1,187 years, and I still don't know what's in the fucking box. And so if you have a high enough charisma, you can convince him to just abdicate his duties and just be like, dude, just go over there for a little while.
Did he say protect the box? I think it was did he say protect the box or what's in the box?
I think it's just protect the box.
Well, he just said box. And so, well, then it's okay if we open the box and take what's inside? And he said, okay, I'm curious what it is anyway.
So you take it out, and it's just a thing. It's just an artifact that it's just a key to a door or whatever. And he's like, really? I was here for that? Fuck it, I'm out. But then in the second game...
He's funny. He actually shows up later on, too.
Exactly. That's where the really funny bit comes in. Because you find another Watcher Beholder working for some drow. And the Beholder proposes, well, I mean, you could just try to duke it out and kill each other, but I propose an alternative solution where your greatest champions fight in one-on-one combat, and then the loser's party just gets destroyed by an ancient spell that I know. And so the drow was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I want that. And the drow was like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. And he poisons his weapon and does a whole bunch of shit. But I was playing a paladin with, like, whirlwind attack or whatever, so I could just attack him 20 times at once. And I had Karsamir, the +8 Holy Avenger or some shit. So I just fucking knocked him the fuck out. And then, like, as he was lying there bleeding and dying, he's like, watch your beholder, betray them, kill them all. And then, like, the entire drow's party explodes. And the Watcher comes over, and he's like, hey, man, what's going on? And I'm like, oh, shit, it's you. What's up, buddy? And he's like, not much, man, you know. Got a family now. It's all good. Like, I don't remember exactly how the dialogue is, but, like, he mentions a series of phrases that you immediately repeat because he is going through exactly what you're going through, just in a very different way.
No, that was a very well-written game.
Very well written. Fucking Jan Jansson's dialogue is delicious.
Random question.
Yeah?
If we're going to be underground, does that mean I can't use Call Lightning?
I believe it stipulates that you can still use Call Lightning underground.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
The spell functions indoors and underground, but not underwater. But if you're
Okay.
outdoors in a stormy area, the damage increases.
Ass.
I'd say that's a good spell to have.
Mm-hmm.
About to say, doesn't it? Don't you get? Yeah, you get like, you're level 8, right?
Level 7.
Yeah, that's fine. Still, you'll get 7 lightning bolts. Just pa-choo, pa-choo,
Pew,
pa-choo.
pew, pew, pew.
Does it cost anything to like use the subsequent ones, or is it?
Nope.
Oh, all right. So you have to continue using a standard action each time.
Yeah.
That's not bad though.
No.
That's not bad at all. I remember Call of Lightning from old D&D though. It was sick. I would do something like 2d8 plus 1d8 per level.
Ooh,
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
I love it.
Yeah, 2nd edition spellcasting was fucking insane.
Yeah, it kind of was.
Like, there are some spells
It
that
just
just
didn't really
fuck
reference-
shit up.
Well, it really meant that when you were a 20th level magic user, usually the best spells were like 3rd level.
Strangely enough, because all the super high level spells either took too long to cast, like in a standard combat scenario, or just like did something so incredibly powerful and yet specific that it didn't matter.
Okay.
Or you had a wisdom too low to cast wish.
There. Got all my spells.
Sweet.
Look at you go. I have all my spells too, all 0 of them.
See, perfect. Problem solved. Problem solved.
Plus I get so many wild shapes.
Yeah, but you should have a ton of feats in place of spells.
I do have some good feats.
Fighters actually
gotten to
don't
use a lot.
have a pile of feats anymore. Fighters
You have
in
to take feats in like chains. Like there's a specific path you can take, like power attack or combat reflexes, shield focuses.
Well, it used to be in 3.5 that like a fighter would get an extra feat like every fucking level. Like you'd end up with like 28 goddamn feats at the end of the game.
That's kind of excessive.
Yeah, it would be insane. But now instead they get bonuses against fear, special weapon trainings, and armor trainings.
Hmm.
Also, you
Yeah,
get that full BAB.
I like the way they do it in 5th edition, where feats are much more infrequent but much more powerful.
Yeah. So that way you don't have to go through an entire fucking giant, oh god, a giant fucking pile.
Yeah. And the feats your character had in that game, Ronald, were pretty cool. The
Yeah.
marksman and crossbow expert.
That crossbow expert feat was pretty strong. I'm trying to think of the feat that I got the most mileage out of, because there was one I used.
Sharpshooter, maybe.
Yeah, sharpshooter was definitely the big one. Take a -5 to hit for a +10 damage. Yeah, no problem.
Damn.
Yeah, combined with your sneak attack. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty nasty.
Well, so when last we left off, Hult's wounds had been healed by a mysterious surgeon whose name escapes me. I knew I should have.
Who may or may not have been a vampire.
Who may or may not have been a vampire.
Haha.
Don't worry about it. Don't think about it. I didn't put it in Pathfinder stuff, did I? Oh, there it is. I'm such an idiot. Okay, there we go. Yes. May or may not have been a vampire. I can neither confirm nor deny the presence of vampirism. Don't worry about it. Trust me.
I trust you.
Good, yeah. So,
Oh, fuck. Sorry. I
yeah,
dropped
that's
the
exactly
somewhere.
where we left off. You two, the heavily wrapped surgeon returned to his room, and Holt was mostly okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Totally fine.
Holt was totally fine.
I just want to sleep for 17 years.
No time for sleep. There's quests to do.
There's always time to rest before quest.
Quest rest. That's why they rhyme.
I was about to say they rhyme. That we have no choice but to do so. But yeah, you guys could head out to the Dukes tonight, or you could wait until tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow. I
We
mean,
have-
if you guys want to go out and do it, that's fine, but you don't know where you're going, and good luck getting back.
I would much rather wait for you, Holt.
Oh, that's sweet.
Well, we could start work on that back tattoo for you.
Oh, yeah, we could.
I'm not sure if
Sounds
we'll
good.
be able to finish tonight, but let's see.
Yeah, we'll see how far we get. I'm excited. And also nervous, but mostly excited.
All right. This will be good for my detail work.
Excellent.
If I take 20, how long will it take?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna repost the ink.
I'm gonna give it 4 hours. I'm gonna just say 4 hours.
Do you want the shoulder and arm tattoos, or just the spine?
Just the spy one for now.
All right, the inks and the needles come out. It's so much easier if I could use my brand, but I know. No.
What?
I take a scrap of leather and it like there's a sizzling noise and it a rune appears on it and you smell like the smoke of burning leather. Yeah, it's a little bit. It might be a little bit extreme.
Yeah. We'll just go with ink for now. Yep. That's yeah.
All right, I set to work.
Clementine, how well do you deal with pain?
Let's fucking see what my constitution is.
Send me a private message of your constitution score.
Let's see. Okay.
How well does Toby do this?
Oh,
And we may have to put Toby in the other room. I don't want to get headbutted while I'm in the middle of work. It could result in like one of the antlers being upside down.
yeah, we'll put Toby outside to eat and.
Clementine, give me a fortitude save.
Okay. Oh, there was a shit roll. Okay. A 10.
Oh.
Have you seen Moana?
Yes.
That guy right at the beginning.
Yep.
It's not that bad. That would be like a 5 or a 2. Like a 10 is like, you know, the way you would expect an average human being to handle that sort of pain, which is basically a whole lot of gritted teeth, perhaps biting on leather if you prefer, holding on to something with your hands. You're not full on screaming and you're not screeching or anything like that. And every couple of hours, you ask to take a break before you return to the task.
Sounds good.
Also, it's a spine tattoo, so good
Yeah.
luck, hon.
Yeah.
Let me look at the tattoo pain chart because I don't remember how much.
Spine is
Spine is
very
pretty bad. Yeah, I know because I am planning on getting a brand on the base of my neck.
You're a crazy person. I love you.
Yep, spine is not.
It depends on how skinny you are, I guess.
Yeah. The spine is bad. Not as bad apparently as under the arms, on the inside of the forearms, and at the back of the knees.
Yeah, which are all excruciatingly painful. So
I can't wait 1 month.
Oh boy.
Hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, it's pretty awful. Ouch.
But goddamn, it looks cool.
It's gonna look great.
you sure you're okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's fine.
Okay. Just 5 more.
Vertebrae?
You do
7.
realize that, like, I'm never going to draw this.
Nope,
I
never.
do.
Of course not.
Yeah. No, that would be madness to try and draw all that ink.
Thank you.
I imagine it will be like the people that draw Hanzo's tattoo with like a squiggly dragon of like LOL tattoo.
Lol Dargan.
Yep, exactly.
So that happens, and then you know, eat, rest, awaken.
Memorize spells, do the whole good stuff.
Yep,
like
all
good
the
shit.
spell shit. Wait patiently for Holt to awaken.
How are we? What rooms are we in? Are we all sharing one room?
Yeah, it's all one room. There are 2 beds, and like it's not a total like absolute sty hole. Like this is Ninth and Hennepin. The rooms are pretty good.
Oh, this is Holt's room. That's right. This
Yeah.
is his usual. His usual flop.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. You know, it's got walls, no windows. You can hear, you know, shouts and hollering at all times of the night. It's probably a little tricky for Clementine and Solandra to sleep.
Yeah,
we're both,
definitely.
We're both pretty tiny, so I'm significantly longer, but not much broader. So.
Oh no, just from the noise,
Yeah.
not necessarily from
I
the
was saying we
discomfort.
could definitely fit just the noise aspect.
Solandra's probably okay because she has to trance, but Clementine, your sleep was not fitful.
Yeah, it's like it's noisy, my back hurts, tired.
You just lie on Toby's gut and just like try to focus on his heartbeat and his meat noises.
Yeah. Exactly.
So you wake up, have a meal, get ready to face the day. What do you guys do?
Oh, how are you feeling this morning?
Better. Sore, but better.
About to say that bruise is almost gone.
Thank goodness.
So I don't suppose you're ever going to tell us what happened.
Nope. What happened? I told you enough.
All right.
All right. Shall we grab a bite to eat?
And then
Head to
off
the Duke?
Yeah, I guess I'm looking forward to meeting him. Honestly, that's a lie. I have no idea who this guy's gonna be.
He's a right ass, I'll tell you that right now.
Well, that seems to be pretty normal for this district.
I'm almost offended.
Almost.
Almost. Come on, I'll buy you a cup of coffee.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
You said the magic word, coffee.
Salandra, you're so easy to bribe.
Yes. No argument.
Oh shit, I don't remember the name of the bartender either. Sorry.
Okay.
I do remember that he was a rather chatty half-orc. In any event, he's got bread, veal, don't ask, and some heavily salted boar.
Bread is an excellent breakfast.
Ooh, it comes with some soft cheese. Once again, don't ask.
Not asking.
Right on.
I usually like doing things, but I have to admit that sometimes I just like smoke, coffee, and a good book.
The coffee vendor who was there is able to oblige.
Excellent.
One thing that gets you about the World Bazaar is like the noise never ends. Like
It's just bustle all the time.
it's bustle all the time. Like we're talking about, what if New York City was the size of New York State? It would just never stop.
But there was just no lull in the city where people are like drunk or asleep.
There's just none. There are too many people and not enough time in the day for them to have enough time in the day to have enough time in the day. Sleep, people don't do sleep. Anyway,
Aren't the wards like big circles?
no, they're more like crescents.
Crescents, okay.
No, you don't want to get backed into one of the corners. Things are usually like better at the center line and then worse off at the crescents, although not necessarily so, considering in District 5, for instance, Ankara and Janam are at the corners of the crescents. Anyway. So, you guys are fed, watered, caffeinated, and nicotined. What next?
Would I know if the Duke would be in the same place that I'd met him before?
The Duke has a quote-unquote court run out of like an extremely large like warehouse/tavern. He likes to keep his most loyal subjects in hedonistic frenzies so that they don't get themselves in trouble. And he prefers that any pilfered goods go through him before they go directly through him before ending up someplace else.
So how powerful is this Duke anyway, Holt?
He pretty much runs the district.
He
He's
runs
one of not the entire district. He's one of a few very influential people who keep things under.
So there are no laws here at all.
The
Nope.
most powerful people make the laws. Or something resembling laws.
Well, that's fucking depressing. That's really fucking depressing.
It's a way of life.
No, I mean, this kind of undercuts my belief system in some ways.
It's really not that bad once you get used to it. Just don't piss off the wrong people.
No, I always had this hope that when you got rid of authority, that people would sort things out. I mean, that's how it usually works in my district, but
Sort things out how exactly? Because this is how District 4 sorts things out. And it works for us.
sort things out so that the big guys don't stomp on the little guys constantly.
I'm with Salandra on this one.
Listen, a person is smart, people are stupid. And there needs to be someone in charge of that. Unfortunately, right now it's the Duke.
Well, I really fucking hope you're wrong. I haven't found any evidence for that yet, but I really hope you're wrong.
I would love to be proved wrong. So, first chance you get to say I told you so. How's that?
Yeah.
Deal.
Good. So I'm leading you to his main hub, which is out of this weird inn. We don't really need an audience with him. We just need someone to assign us the job.
As she walks through District 4, Salandra's belief in anarchism as a political philosophy starts to wane. So, Clementine, can you tell me a little bit about this Republican system of government that your people practice?
Well, I don't vote as much as I should, because it's not that I don't care, it's just that I always have better things to do. And I think a lot of us are like that, so it kind of just falls by the wayside and all the decisions get left up to the Senate, who like to, block each other at every turn.
And of course, the business and wealthy interests do their best to subvert the whole thing. I like
Right.
the theory. Theory isn't bad. No, all right. I have to look into that.
I just don't see why we can't just, I don't know, be nice to each other, I guess.
Huh.
Clementine, there's not enough Elijah in the world for that to work.
Listen,
What?
if we could get, 200 people making decisions on Elijah, the world would be a better place.
Right.
The world would have a bad case of the munchies.
Listen, when you can hear the earth speak to you, it kind of puts things in perspective.
Holt's trying not to laugh at that.
Salandra, you did not hear the earth speaking to you.
No, I know. I think that would be. I'm not sure how many decisions would be made, and I'm not really sure that the decisions would be comprehensible to anyone else. So now, everyone
yeah,
knows.
that might be.
Everyone knows that the best decisions under the influence of caffeine.
Also true.
We're barely sentient without it.
That's a nightmare.
I would say, if no one's in charge, then no one does public works, and if no one does public works, then the sewers is just a free-for-all.
The rats will be happy.
I'm only joking. I just found a random dungeon generator and was like, oh boy, what the fuck? And then
You
And-
pressed all the buttons and made this monstrosity.
Oh
This
god.
is not a dungeon. This is a campaign in a dungeon.
This is the largest size the map goes, and I can click on a room and it jumps to a randomly generated list of what's in the room, like room 48, north entrance, trapped and unlocked simple wooden door with a lightning bolt trap. West entrance, trapped and locked good wooden door with a pit trap. East entrance, locked simple wooden door, leads to room 129, inhabited by 3 cloakers. Room features: a magic mural on the north wall depicts the gruesome death of whomever views it. Knocking can be faintly heard near the west wall. Monster: 1 stone giant.
Whoa.
No, thank you.
Pass.
I'm
Hard
just-
pass.
I'm just visualizing this is the dungeon where the Otyugs get lost and need to ask directions from the adventurers. Can you tell me what's a few rows over?
Excuse me, we're trying to find room number 109. Do you know where that is? No, we're trying to find room 244. Do you know where that is? No, I'm sorry. Also, in my mind, Otyugs are all very posh.
I literally had a dream about that the other night and woke up in a cold fucking sweat.
What? Posh monsters asking you for directions?
Basically, of navigating an enormous labyrinth so large that there was just enormous groups of people traversing it and trying to, like, communicate some sort of verbal map.
I've got some bad news for you, Pidge. That's what life is.
No!
Actually, since for decades I've had recurring dreams of a giant library where I just visit different parts of it in different dreams. So, and it's like the size of, it's like the size of the TARDIS. So
Stop
I'm so
investigating
glad I'm
your
not the only
Akashic
one that
record.
has weird recurring dreams like that.
People with dreams.
I always know it's the
Sounds
same
like
place
rest of
too.
us.
So, having discussed some light politics, what's next?
So basically, this place is thug rule.
Yeah.
Don't call them thugs.
Oh, I thought you said bugs.
No. God, no.
With sewers this big, it could be.
We're not in the sewers.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Bugs aren't that bad up here.
I mean, have you ever seen a giant cockroach?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Not at the 9th and Hennepin. Tell you what.
That's true.
I personally once saw a cockroach that's around 5 inches long in a microwave oven at MIT.
And
I
you
would
what?
kill myself.
Yeah, it was quite thoroughly dead, but it still was had to start like.
What the fuck?
They microwave it to death? How did it die?
I think it got in and couldn't get its way back
I
out.
am presuming that the clever MIT students lured it in there and trapped it.
No. And it's like at that size, does the cockroach have a soul?
Pigeon.
Oh god. Apparently, there are things called dragon roach, and they are colossal sized and CR12.
Oh.
Anyway, where to? Where to, folks?
Holt is leading us. We're simply taking the sights, holding our pups.
I'm just gonna shut up.
So you guys head out through the city streets. You know, poverty, destitution, lots of shops, lots of criers. There's a whole lot of wealth here you can see, but it doesn't get around very much. Eventually you come to what's the name of the Duke's lair?
I pick up some street food along the way and give it to some urchins.
Sweet. Oh, sweet, I found a hideout name generator. There's always a generator. Fuck it, let's get really dramatic. So, you find the Chaos Forge, which is what the Duke calls his home. Because he can be a drama queen like that.
You've got to be fucking kidding me.
Nope.
Seriously?
I'm not at all surprised.
And like
Full shrugs.
you know how like every like metal music video from the 90s took place in a factory that just produces sparks? There's just this like the sign outside of the front, which is like labeled the Chaos Forge, is just like it's just constantly sending sparks spiraling into the streets. You get the distinct impression that the nearby houses have been thoroughly fireproofed, and those that were there previously have burned down.
I think they should relabel it. Pretension are us.
That sounds about right.
Since it's actually like rather early in the morning, there are just a bunch of people sleeping out on the streets out front of it, and a steady stream of like very like low quality bounty hunters just carrying people out and just tossing them onto the sleep pile.
On the sleep pile. That's cute.
Not for the person at the bottom.
Nope. Like, you know, these are armored individuals, but they're like they're basically punks. They're the hired help, but they gotta have armor, you know, just in case one of the sleeping people wakes up, draws a blade, and instinctively stabs at you for trying to move them. It happens more often than you think.
Toby, stop sniffing them.
Bah. One of the door guard, who is like an imposing ogre, tips his hat to you, Holt, and like moves over a little, like he's like clearly away from the door to let the people do their work carrying those who have passed out from last night's revel out into the streets. But yeah, he tips his hat to you and just like obviously makes no motion to get in your way if you were to enter.
Incline my head in a little nod and go right in.
That's the reason why I'm not a big fan of it.
You head in. You are immediately overwhelmed and assaulted by the pungent smell of stale vomit.
Oh.
That's the other reason why I'm not a big fan of alcohol.
There are a whole bunch of people wearing like with rags draped over their face, just like mopping up the places where there are no longer sleeping people. Most of the people had the decency and self-preservation to get into a booth or onto a table or into a chair before they fell asleep, but there are a few people who are on the floor. Everybody make a heal check.
Oh.
13.
12. I need to make a little room on this table to roll some dice.
Dave, did you roll, or are you
Oh,
foregoing
I
it?
rolled.
No,
I
Dave.
got a 12.
Oh, Jesus. All right, got it. Everyone except Solandra recognizes that woman lying over there is not asleep. She is dead.
Oh, fuck. Should we say something?
I put a hand on Clementine's shoulder and just say, walking, just keep walking.
Okay.
You go into you go through a couple of back hallways. The whole while, people just nod to you, Holt. Like, these guys are obviously in charge of just like, you know, keeping the place secure. But you know, they understand that you are not a threat to the Duke. Not in this capacity. Like, you're not someone who needs to get stopped and frisked for weapons. Like, if you make it to his if you make it to his throne or his office or whatever, and they don't stop him, then like that's their fault, not his fault.
Right.
But yeah, eventually you get.
They seem to know you pretty well here.
This is my home. You know, had drinks with these people. I've done jobs with these people.
Oh yeah, there's Frankie. He doesn't have any fingers anymore. So we call him Frankie No Fingers. It's very difficult for him to cast spells.
We love him anyway. Frankie's a good kid.
Jeez, that's not fun.
It's a little funny.
Eventually you come to a little area with a very there's a room with a couple of chairs, and there is a kobold studiously like keeping notes and jotting down in various ledgers, and he's like, "Oh, Holt, what are you doing here? I mean, welcome back."
Hi, yeah, good to be back. How you doing?
Let me get a random kobold name. This guy's name is Rook. Rook looks.
You got that randomly?
Yep. R-U-K.
impressive.
Rook.
It's been a while, Rook.
Yeah. Welcome back. Things are going good. You know, business is good. Business is business. I suppose you want to talk to the Duke?
If he has a second.
Concerning...
I understand that there's some work to be done in the sewers.
Ah, that. Yes. All right, then. Not a problem. Give him a little while to freshen up.
Oh, of course. Take your time.
You know how the morning treats him. He rings a bell, which summons a goblin, who he hands a note off to, who disappears into a crawl space.
The dumb waiter.
It's so much easier when you have small creatures that can ride it up and down. Crazier yet are the dungeon-born goblins. Those things are tiny. They come up to your knee, man. They're so small.
Don't underestimate them, though.
Oh God, no. They might have to climb you to stab you in the balls, but they'll do it.
They'll do it. They're a madman.
They'll. Fun fact: goblins can eat 4 times as much as a human and still be hungry. Anyway,
Good to know.
just throwing
Fair.
that out there. They don't need to eat that much. They just can. Eventually, like there's a rustling and a rumbling, and another kobold comes out from behind the curtain, and the Rook and the kobold begin speaking in Draconic. If you speak Draconic, I will tell you what they say. If no one speaks Draconic, then no one knows what they say.
I do not speak Draconic.
I think you told me I couldn't learn it yet.
Right, that would make sense. In any event, yip 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 rap, yip yip rap 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 yip yip. Anyway, and then Rook says, "You may enter now. Thank you very much for your patience."
Best behavior, Solandra?
What word about me?
Behavior.
You're always on your best behavior.
Thank you, Holt.
Alright, we go in.
As you enter, like, you can immediately sense the myriad eyes upon you, though you see no source for them. The Duke is sitting on a not like terribly impressive chair on a dais, but like it's still a big comfy chair. And he is flanked by 2 attendants and 4 bodyguards. There's a half-orc, an ogre, a goblin, and a hobgoblin, and you know they're decked out with various weapons in rough-hewn armors, bearing the scars of a few would-be assassinations. The Duke is got his machine dedicated for killing by his side. He is he's dressed sort of like in a sort of like rough sort of like wasteland outfit, like with a bandana with a skull on it around his face. Garishly spiked hair, dark sunken eyes. And you know he looks like he's working off a bit of a hangover, but he's still sharp. Halt, my friend! I'm so glad you've come back.
Take a few steps in and give him a respectful half bow. Duke, always a pleasure. Thank you for taking a few moments to speak with me.
Absolutely, not a problem. You're gonna scratch my back, so I'm gonna scratch yours. So, sewers. Otyug's
Yes.
getting killed off. That's fucked up. Number 1, no one would go down there to kill him. That doesn't make any sense. Like, they don't have anything. Number 2, they know how important they are for the city. Every once in a while, one of them comes up and tries to eat a couple kids, but then we fill it full of holes and then distribute it for the good of the populace. All I'm saying is Otyug is good eating. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure it kills you. Anyway, So yeah.
So this is an investigation
Not
sort of deal.
quite. We're pretty sure that it's. We're pretty sure that we know that the problem started on 8th Street West, because the shit is literally starting to pile up. It's literally coming out of the ground. And then it goes on to Oxford and Lantern from there. So I imagine if you can get down to Lantern, crawl down there and follow the trail of Otyugs what aren't there, you'll be able to figure out what the hell is going on.
I have to say, I'm a bit curious myself.
Yeah, we're all pretty stumped. And my usual supply of sewer rats are extremely quiet on this subject.
Quiet as in they don't want to go down there, or quiet because they haven't returned?
Quiet insofar as those I've sent down have not returned, and those who generally keep me abreast of situations that go on down there haven't reported.
Oh, this should be easy then.
So I'll give you 1,000 up front and 9,000 when you finish.
I look to Clementine and Solandra.
Clementine kind of gives wide holy shit eyes.
Holy shit, appropriate. I shrug. The money's decent, I suppose, but ugh.
Hold
Right
on
on.
one sec.
So yeah,
Okay.
remember to get prepared before you go down there. Maybe you can find someone crazy enough to go down there with you. If you think you can take care of it yourself, go right ahead. But yeah,
All right.
he snaps
we
his
accept.
fingers, and a kobold wanders up with a generous bag filled with money.
Anyone who might have a map?
Oh, fuck no. No way, man.
No one's mapped the sewers.
I mean, there are rumors that that old Ben was able to map the sewers, but number one, you'd have to find him. Number two, if you wanted the map, you'd probably have to kill him. And trust me, you don't want to do that. If you go too far south and you find little drawings of a squid on the wall, stop. Go no further. You're going into Ben's territory, all right? Let me just make that clear.
Noted.
Right on. Right on.
And just to clarify, is this 9,000 for finding out what the problem is and telling you about it?
No. 9,000 to fix it.
9,000 to fix it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean, you know, like, you guys could totally chop up all the Autogs down there given enough time and attention. So it's probably nothing that serious. But it is happening, and it's spreading. So that's bad.
Let's see what we can do.
Right on.
Always a pleasure, Duke.
He
Make my leave.
He doffs an imaginary hat and waves at you for a second as an attendant comes in with a glass of orange juice and breakfast, and he's like, "Oh, thank God."
Stop making me like this guy.
I mean, at the same time, he is like threatening, buffoonish, dangerous, and yet incompetent. All at once. So you leave the Chaos Forge and head off towards shit, I don't remember what it was called. Carry On Lane or whatever. That being said, like, you've got 1,000 gold pieces that you can spend. You could, I don't know, get some cure disease potions. You can, make sewer preparations. Do whatever you want.
Didn't Clementine make cure disease potions?
Oh yeah,
I did.
Clementine definitely made
Clementine, did you
some,
make-
but like you might need more. That also only cures diseases. I don't think cure disease helps with poison.
Mm.
Some antidotes.
How about
Torches would probably be a good idea.
is that Kievan's ointment?
What ointment?
Kiotin's ointment? I don't know if they have that in Pathfinder.
The heck is that?
It's like the best healing stuff. It like cures disease, it cures poison, it heals you.
Nope. In Pathfinder, it's just called the restorative ointment, and yeah, it can be placed upon a poisoned wound or swallowed. It detoxifies all poison. It removes all diseases, and it cures 1d8 plus 5 points of damage.
Huh.
And it contains 5 applications.
It also costs 4,000 gold pieces.
Yes, it does.
That's for 5 doses. Though.
Right. So you're not getting totally ripped off, but yeah, it fixes everything.
It is a cure-all.
Cures
Also,
what ails you.
apparently there's some ointment of void sealing. I don't know what that is. Don't worry about it.
Hopefully we never have to know what that is.
Oh, it can protect you from the vacuum of outer space. Like, you crack it over your body and it like creates a wall of fluff around you.
Interesting.
And for 3 hours you can exist in any environment, basically.
Pathfinder's just fucking weird.
It's so weird.
You mean cool?
Hey, at least it's not going down the Spelljammers route. Woo! Flying magical spaceships. Squealy beedly beedly. No. None of that. Fucking, I don't want to attack a Mind Flayer ship. I don't want to get attacked by a Mind Flayer ship, okay? Anyway. Yeah,
It would be really cool to see a Beholder ship and a Mind Flayer ship going at it, though.
Okay,
That'd be
that'd be
fun.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. We got tentacles, we got I-beams. It'll be great.
I hate all of that.
Anyway. So, do you want to spend any of that 1,000 gold pieces on preparation of any variety?
Yes.
Okay. What do you got planned? So we got some torches. You can get some ever-burning torches, which are just
That's
like...
exactly what I want.
Yeah, not a bad idea.
I would say I've already got some sun rods.
Yeah, I can cast light.
And that too.
Okay, then that's good.
I would like one ever-burning torch, please.
Man wants an ever-burning torch. Man can have an ever-burning torch.
Yes.
An ever-burning torch costs 110 gold pieces.
All right.
That being said, just remember, it sheds no warmth, which can be a benefit at times. Yeah, so you can't use it as a weapon. It does not emit heat, but that also means, like, it can't ignite anything, which is cool. Which means it's safe to bring
like if
into
there's-
explosive environments.
Yeah.
Also, everybody make a wisdom.
Safely a nerd.
I'm just looking at potions really quick.
Yeah, I want to see if we can get some antidotes. Cause I've made cure disease potions. I think I made 3.
There is a little thing called an antitoxin.
That sounds like exactly what I'm looking for.
The antitoxin gives you a +5 alchemical bonus on fortitude saving throws against poison for 1 hour.
Nice.
That is actually really good. It costs 50 gold pieces for one, so you'll probably want 3 of them.
Which one is that? The
Antitoxin.
antitoxin?
Yep. You are correct, sir.
Now, what's the name of it?
It's just called antitoxin.
Oh.
Generic, no-name brand antitoxin, filled with antihistamines and everything a growing boy needs to fight off the plague.
Basically Benadryl.
Or a rose lozenge. And everybody make a wisdom check.
You got it.
Damn it!
18.
Wop, wop. Wop, wop. Well, thankfully, one of you figures it out. Clementine, number one, you're not going to want to bring Toby down there. Because he can't climb ladders.
True.
Number two, you're going to want perfume-soaked rags to cover your faces.
Okay.
It'll cost 10 gold pieces a piece for perfume pungent enough to counteract horrific shit smell.
Well, how about like rather than perfume, sort of like a camphor type thing?
A what? Dave, what did you say?
Nobody
A camphor
panic, but
type
I've
thing?
lost my needle.
Yeah. It's like citronella type smell.
What the hell is citronella?
Not invented in this world? Okay.
Apparently not. I don't know what it is, so it doesn't exist.
You don't know what citronella is?
No, I have no idea.
Oh, it's those weird smelling candles that repel mosquitoes.
Huh. Nope. Never heard of them.
Yeah, camphor's like that, except it's more powerful.
Well, they cost the same,
Yes.
miraculously. I don't know. Whatever.
Would it be prudent, do you think, to buy a couple of pots of Blade Guard?
What the hell is Blade Guard?
It protects your weapons from rust monsters.
That is probably a very good idea.
Okay, according to this list, they're 40 gold each.
Sounds
yeah,
good.
brother doesn't need that.
Brother doesn't need that. Brother
Okay,
is
well-
indestructible.
My sword needs that. I am buying 2 pots.
Sounds good. Well, it renders the weapon immune for 24 hours, although I could understand why you might want to have one for later.
Exactly.
You never know when you're going to be in the middle of fuck-ass nowhere, and I'm going to be like, go into this deep, dark dungeon, and you're going to be like, yeah, sure, and then I'm going to be like, there's a giant rust monster, and then...
My weapon will be the only one that survives.
Salandra is okay, because she doesn't care. Clementine's staff is made out of wood, so she's fine. And then if Holt didn't have that blade guard, his armor would turn into shit, and then his sword would turn into shit, and then he would get very sad. Oh, actually, his armor
Yeah.
is safe because it's mithril.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, mithril.
My sword is not.
I hate to suggest it, but what about water breathing?
If we have to submerge ourselves in shit to complete this mission, I would rather die.
Good point.
This is where I draw the line.
Yep.
I'll wade through
Okay,
shit-filled water, but I ain't going underneath it.
Yes.
I suppose I'm gonna get back the 2 spent cure moderate wound potions.
Sounds good.
That always comes in handy.
Okay.
Just a little extra healing to get through the day.
So remember my die that was rolling 20s?
It's
Yes.
rolled those 2 2s.
It threes because I'm -1. But
Oh,
it just
God.
rolled 2 threes in a row. It's changed its mind.
It's just saving the big numbers for when you really need them.
I think it's annoyed with me for complaining last time.
That might be it. So. What in the hell? Okay. All right. Fine.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'll just
It's
tuck
fine, don't
those
worry
in,
about it.
I'll just tuck those into my cheek for later. Ugh. Anyway. So. You guys have purchased your supplies. Is there anything else you would like to purchase?
I think that's it.
Cool. This takes like an hour or so of just like going to various places and various alchemist shops and meeting various bizarre and eccentric alchemical shopkeepers and, you know, one potion crafter, etc., etc. Their names are not important. The names of their stores are not important. You're in the world bazaar. Alchemists are like a dime a dozen. I can make a love potion. Shut up. No, you can't. Nobody can. Also, that's date rape. You're under arrest.
There are no laws. You're under arrest anyway.
You are. Yeah. Someone will stop you. Anyway. So, off to the sewer location.
Yes.
So you head off to that street. There is no immediate way to enter the sewers. Like there are no manhole covers.
That's what I was expecting. Manholes.
Nope.
Don't look at me like that. I've never been down in the sewers before.
Honestly, I think more of you for that.
Thank you.
Alright, how are we gonna get down here?
That's a very good question. Got it. Salandra can just blink through the ground and then find a way back up and hope that nothing accosts her on the way there. Perfect. Brilliant plan. Perfect system.
Can people blink with you if they're touching you?
No.
Who was proposing this plan?
No, I was just saying that as the stupidest
Clementine.
idea I could literally think of.
No, it's pretty much just me.
Oh.
And I'm not exactly sure what happens if I'm traveling through the ground and I unblink before I get somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Let's not risk that one.
Going through a wall is one thing, but going through the earth, I'm just not sure what happens.
I don't want to think about that too hard.
Yeah, I'd rather we keep the experimentation to a minimum.
Yeah.
Anybody got any ideas?
So we can't find an entrance?
Like there are no manhole covers. Like there are no obvious evident entrances. You could go sneaking around back alleys. You could, I don't know, start digging. You could start
no.
asking
Let's check the
people.
alleys.
Yeah, let's check the alleys. Well, we may have, I don't know, has anyone come back from trying to...
No.
No,
Okay.
actually, a few other people were given the 1,000 gold advance to go down and check things out, and nope.
All right, I'm gonna burn a minute of flight and do a search from above to see if I can find anything that resembles an entrance from above.
Sounds good. Make a perception check while you fly around.
Okay. Well, that's not bad.
What did you get?
I'm just trying to figure out what the probably good 27.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. So you're flying around and you're like house, house, shack, house, stairwell going down, just like stairwell in the middle of nowhere in a back alley, just going down. It looks like a subway entrance, but like, no.
All right, I fly in for a closer look. Do I smell a awful, terrible odor coming from below?
There is definitely a pungent odor coming from down there. It is just a stone stairwell, like with a little sort of like brick building built. Oh, not like a building, but like a brick thing covering it. There's like some kids playing on top of it.
Hey, kid.
Yeah.
I toss the kids a couple coppers. This is sewer entrance?
Oh yeah. I mean, we're not supposed to play down there, but we can play up here.
That's what I need to know. I tossle one of their heads and fly back to the others if I still have the time.
Oh yeah, you can tell though. Like you look down there and there are railings on either side of the stairwell, and at the bottom there is a sort of like bizarre sort of like a submarine porthole door. You're not certain if it's operational.
Well, hopefully one of them knows how to open doors.
But yeah, you are able to fly back to Holt and Clementine without an issue.
Right, making sure.
I'm assuming that we left Toby back at the 9th and Hennepin.
Yeah, I was also assuming that.
Okay, cool.
I think I found it. This way.
Oh, thanks. Good eye.
Hey, does knowledge dungeoneering help with sewers?
I'll allow it.
Just curious.
What about knowledge geography?
No. Damn it. So yeah, you all come face to face with the door. Like it's got the wheel on the front of it that turns. There's enough room for it to open up a little bit.
This looks like a job for Holt.
About to say, Holt, you can try to roll strength if you want to try to brute force the door.
I will try to brute force the door.
Show me that brute force.
Well, are you going to try to open it normally first?
I tried to brute force the door with an 18.
Okay. So you can turn the wheel. It is slow going turning this wheel, I should mention. But as you try to pull on it, you do not have the strength to pull it open.
Definitely wheel turning.
You are halfway there. It is evident that the door is now unlocked. And like it makes a terrible grinding screeching noise like with every turn of the wheel, just like This door has not been maintained in centuries.
Oh, as much as I hate to say it, we're gonna have to close this thing behind us.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Kids play up there.
All right.
Think of the children. Won't someone think of the children?
Solandra will think of the children.
Right on.
Yes, she will.
That being said, the door is not even open yet. Let's not count our chickens before they hatch. Let's not close our doors before we open them.
Is it open even a crack?
It is not. It's something has got it stuck.
Is there a space that I could fit brother in?
Make an attack roll.
Brother, sorry.
I will never forgive you for this, Solandra.
Very undignified.
I got like a 30. What a waste! I got like a 30.
No. Like you are actually able to just like slide brother in there a little bit. He's very sharp. He's very pointy, and just like one little bit of leverage gives way to a lot more leverage. And just like you can hear brother scream, I am a weapon. I am an honorable weapon, not a crowbar. You say as you're able,
Crowbar.
you say as you're able to wedge him in between the sides of the door, and just like after one giant heave, like you can like hear a sort of like you can like hear some sort of slimy seal on the door breaking. And as it opens, the entire thing is just sort of like coated with some sort of naturally occurring filth glue. The stench is immediately overwhelming as the sewers have been opened.
Okay, time for the scarves.
You are all immediately nauseated. But like you're not doing anything. Like everybody make a fortitude save.
Oh man, I meant to buy the potion. Oh wow, I made it.
20.
15.
I think I made it.
About to say, what did you get, Dave?
Oh, I actually have a good fortitude save. I got a 25.
Yeah, you guys are all good. You all managed to not like vomit, although there is a bit of gagging as you get your bandanas ready. As you drape them over your face, you go down from nauseated to merely sickened.
Can we wait until we get our stomachs settled before we move on?
There's no settling your stomach here. While you guys are in the sewers, you will just get a -2 penalty in all attack rolls, weapon damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks because holy fuck no, please.
Fair.
The only thing that could have spared you from this is the feat Dirty Living.
Nah.
Oh man, it doesn't seem like it's in Pathfinder. I mean, like I'll just homebrew it and toss it in. Dirty Living says that whenever you become sickened, nothing happens, and whenever you become nauseated, you automatically become sickened instead. You have lived your life in such mired filth that like you don't get sick anymore. Dear God.
But, hold. Why the fuck are we doing this again?
For a
Money.
shit ton of money?
10,000 gold.
Solandra, we're not just doing it for money. We're doing it for a whole shit ton of money!
Yeah! I guess we
I have to learn how to
close the door behind us.
Ugh. Creak.
Yeah. The seal has been broken though. Like yeah, you close the door behind you,
Thank you.
and you redo the wheel. And you are now currently in the filth.
Okay,
We're in it.
There are
I
many
cast
rats.
my light cantrip.
What do you illuminate?
How about brother?
Sounds good. Brother is
Ever-burning
suddenly
torch!
now incredibly luminous.
I'm so excited about this thing.
You guys can see pretty far. Like, you guys have enough light now to see pretty far into the darkness. And, you know, there's just, like, filth, rats. Nothing much to report. Clementine, roll knowledge nature.
You got it.
I've got some.
Oh, God, shit.
Don't have any points in knowledge nature. You don't get a roll.
20.
Damn it, you outthought me on this one. I only got a 13.
So, rats. Lots of rats. Not out of the ordinary. Not to be unexpected. There's something wrong with these rats.
Oh shit.
Ugh.
And I mean, not all of them are like that, but some of them are. Some of them are just super fucked up.
Some of them look like that.
Yes.
That doesn't look right.
How large are they?
They're a bit larger than regular rats, but they're not like rodents of unusual size or anything.
Okay.
Can I,
I'm really glad you made those potions, Clementine.
yeah. Can I do a heal check on one of them?
Sure, go for it. I mean, if you want to like, if you want to medically examine this rat, you're gonna have to like pick it up and look at it.
I don't really want to pick it up.
I mean, like, you could try to roll your animal ken in order to try to, like, commune with the rat.
Alright, I'm gonna fucking do it.
Let me look up the druid rules.
Okay.
Dave,
I'm sorry, I
don't
have
die.
a cold, by the way.
It's fine. Just if you die live on air, I don't think I'll ever be able to forgive you.
Think of all of the likes you get.
Right? I'll just name the episode "Gentleman Dies" live in midstream, and everyone will be like, "Oh my god, I'm listening to another human being expire," and then they'll take my channel down. Anyway, all right. I make a d20 roll and add your druid level and charisma modifier.
Okay. Oh, baby.
Is that a good old baby?
Mm-hmm. 28.
Okay. So you do manage to get one of the rat's attention, and like Clementine begins communing with this rat through a bizarre series of body language and sign language, and like it makes no fucking sense, but you know it seems to be working. And like you can, the rat clearly gives you consent to like pick it up, but you can tell it's not particularly pleased about it, and like you have 1 round to try to examine this. You could try to push for more, but it might bite you.
Alright, heal check. Oh! Excuse me, monster, do you mind?
Monster
He put his
doesn't
little
mind at
hand
all.
on my mouth. Was trying to like use the cursor. I got a 12 on my heal check.
You got a 12. Well, thankfully, you're not exactly sure what's wrong with this rat, but you look at it and you're like, oh no, this thing's dead.
Oh,
It's dead, but it's still just walking around.
okay. I gently set him down and give him a little thank you.
Like it screeches.
All right, so we're dealing with undead here, at least as far as the rats go.
It's not quite undead. Like, it's not a zombie rat, but it's like it's just it shouldn't be alive, and yet it seems to be completely unfazed by like missing skin, exposed organ tissue, exposed bones, all things that would lead to
Yeah, these are wrong.
yeah.
So Clementine, just so you know, if you could just bathe in like really raw spirits before you touch me again.
Yeah.
All right. But Clementine will do the thing where she's like, I'm not touching you.
You.
No, please.
Yeah, that works better when your hands aren't dripping with like slimy rat.
Without viscera.
Rat goo.
Ugh.
Dang.
All right. Well, with that in mind, let's.
Yeah, I've done autopsies. I'm gonna say that I thought that was disgusting.
It was kinda.
So, which way do we go?
I think Clementine's probably the one who has the best sense of where things might be wrong, right?
I was about to say, Clementine, you suddenly experience a surge of insight. Wherever, if you find more rats that are wrong, that almost certainly will mean that you are headed in the right direction. So unfortunately, you have no clear idea of where to go, but you'll know when you're on the right trail, and you'll know when you're on the wrong trail.
All right. So the more rats, the better.
The more rats like that one?
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, that's kind of loathsome. Not fun.
Yeah.
So, Holt, getting nostalgic for trash crabs?
Yeah, actually. I
Me-
never thought I'd say that.
I mean, trash crabs groom themselves meticulously. Anyway, it takes a while to sort of get on the right trail. It takes a while to sort of get in the right direction. Like you head down one path and you're like, no, that's fewer fucked up rats. And then you head down another path and you're like, all right, that's more fucked up rats. And you spend about 20 minutes sort of wandering around, but you definitely find an area. Well, okay, there's something that tips you off. Like at first there are more fucked up rats. And then from behind a sewer grate you spot this thing. Everybody make a stealth roll.
How big is that?
Its body fills up like you might be able to fit 2 of these abreast in the tunnel that it's in, and it almost reaches the ceiling.
Big.
Is the tunnel it's in as tall as the tunnel we're in?
Yes. And the tunnel you're in is like maybe 7 feet tall.
And it's in another tunnel?
Yes. Like you see it, like you. I'm not gonna make you roll perception to catch it, cause like you just see it, like it's just there, like you can't miss it. Like you're just wandering through, and Clementine's like, I think we're on the right trail, and you look over and just you see this thing run by. But I'm gonna need a quick stealth roll from all of you, and just to ensure that it doesn't notice you.
Oh fuck! Sorry, I rolled a 1.
Well, what's your total?
I got a 2.
Let's see.
About to say, Cap, don't forget about your armor check penalty. So you might
Yep.
actually have a negative number.
No, my stealth sheet does keep that into consideration, so I was taking
Nice.
a -1 plus a -2 from the, -2 on all rolls.
Oh yeah, right. -2
Oh
to
yeah,
everything.
shit. Okay, so yeah, I got a 1.
So I rolled a 5. I got a 2.
So Clementine is like, I think we're headed in the right direction, guys, as this thing walks by, and then it sees you, and it lets out like what would normally be a squeak turns into a giant roar as it begins like gnawing on the bars between you and it. What's the plan, Stan?
Oh, sweet Elijah.
So it's on the other side of the bars.
Yes.
So if I were to use shocking grasp on the bars it's gnawing on, would it channel to it?
Absolutely.
And is that a better option than trying to stab him with brother?
That is almost certainly a better option, because it might be able to attack you back by, like, I don't know. It might be able to attack you back via some method, but like if you just start shocking the bars that it's gnawing on, it will have like no defense.
Okay, I'm going to use an intensified shocking grasp on the bars.
I like it.
Do I need to roll for this?
I'm gonna say what's the save DC, and I'm gonna give it a reflex save instead of you making an attack roll.
There is no save DC on a shock and grasp.
Well, what level spell is it? Plus your intelligence modifier plus 10.
I don't have my headband yet, right?
No.
So then it'd be a 14.
Yeah, it doesn't make it. So just roll that beautiful damage footage.
Okay. Uh, 27.
Okay, you shock the shit out of this rat. Like, parts of its horrible, festering, diseased skin start popping as electricity surges through its terrible body. And you notice, yep, that's an eyeball that just popped.
Oh!
It roars once again and uses its one remaining cataracted eye to stare death at you as it unleashes a torrent of vomit.
Oh!
Make a reflex save, Solandra.
Reflex save?
Yes. With the minus 2 second penalty, of course.
Did you say reflex save?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I think that's a 21.
Okay. That is enough to dodge a torrent of vomit. Oh, wait. No, never mind. No, that would be a ranged touch attack. I take it back. It gets a roll. What is your touch AC?
Oh, crap. Probably a 14.
Okay.
Because it would be my dex, right?
Yes.
No armor.
Yep. So, yeah, it definitely sprays vomit all over you. Make a fortitude save now.
Can I, since I already rolled a 15, can I
I'll let you keep it.
All right. So that is with at minus 2 or 20.
Sounds good. Yep. You're like, oh god, this is terribly unsanitary. Dear sweet baby Moses. Oh my god, I'm covered. I'm totally covered in this. Fuck everything. You're not actually like.
Fuck you, Walt.
You're not actually like totally covered head to toe in awful, terrible, diseased rat vomit. But like there is a giant splotch of it, like on one of your arms or something. You consciously make a deliberate decision and bear it in your mind immediately. Do not touch your face with that arm. That being said, I am contractually obliged to tell you. I cannot tell you whether or not you have successfully prevented the onset of the disease, but you've got good hopes. Anyway, Holt, Clementine, who would like to take the turn next? This thing does not seem well. Like it seems pretty fucked up. It got electrocuted real bad.
It did. And I think that oh, sorry, I got no! Shit, sorry, I actually will not go first. I accidentally closed my sheet and need a couple minutes to pull back up.
Halt, giant rat, what are you gonna do about it?
Draw my sword. Is it close enough to the bars so I'd be able to stab it?
It is no longer close enough to the bars that you'd be able to stab it.
Okay, great. I guess I can't do anything, huh?
You have no ranged weapons?
No, of course not!
What do you mean, of course not? I always had a throwing axe. Or quite possibly throwing clubs, if I was really broke.
I don't have throwing anything.
Does this thing look undead?
Make a knowledge religion check. If you have any points in knowledge religion.
14?
It is not undead. You don't know what the fuck is wrong with it, though.
Alright, well, screw that. I can still make myself useful. I can get out my shield.
Okay. Yeah, are you gonna play
And-
shield guard for fucking
Yes, I am.
Salandra? Okay.
I'm gonna use my no movement. I'm gonna go into total defense action.
All right. Well, you're
So-
gonna have to move in front of Salandra if you
Mm.
want to block another torrent of rat vomit.
Fuck Solandra. She can dodge out of the way. I'm gonna block for Clementine.
Got it. All right. So you hold up your shield over Clementine, and you're like, "I will my vomit will blot out the sun, and so we will
Yep.
fight in the shade." Anyway, Clementine, what do you do?
I'm going to shout out, everyone close your eyes, and cast flare on this guy, because he's only got one working eye anyway. So
He's only got one working eye. Cast flare.
pop.
Oh god, it needs to make a fortitude save.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. Yeah, no, so you like this thing can barely see, and then you just like it lives in the dark, and you're just like, and it's like, and it makes a terrible noise as it just sort of starts flopping around, spraying more awful poisonous vomit all over the place, but thankfully none in any of your directions. Back to the top of initiative. It is Salandra's turn.
Okay. If this thing isn't undead, I'm gonna try to hit it with a slumber hex.
Oh, go for it. Is that a will save?
I believe so.
Cool.
Let me double check. Yep, DC 17, and it is will. Yep.
Yep. So you pull out your pendulum and you start whispering, "You're feeling very sleepy," and even though it can't see the
Actually, do you remember my thing is that Salandra's hexes are all tattoos.
right. So the right
It's an eyeball on her palm
right
that closes as when she does the spell, the hex.
right. You hold out
That's
that
so cool.
hand to the rat, and as the eye on your hand slowly closes, so does the rat's eyes close, and then it just sort of falls over, letting out large snores.
Damn, wish I had done that earlier.
You can hear the rest of the rats, like the rest of the fucked up rats around you, squeal in defiance. Clementine, you can try to roll wild empathy to figure out exactly what their issue is.
Heck yeah. Yeah. What's the like bonus on that?
Well, you get a -4 penalty because of something that I can't tell you about, and you get a -2 penalty for being sickened, but you add your charisma plus your druid level.
Okay. So. Okay. 7.
You have no idea what is wrong with these rats. You are actually a little disturbed that they are all like screaming in unison.
Oh.
Like it's pretty clear that they are screeching and squealing and squeaking in response to what Salandra did, but you have no idea what their thoughts are.
Gotcha.
At this point, you're just a little weirded out.
Ugh.
Evidently, these rats have an intelligence score, and that's fucked up.
That is fucked up. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Because rats, your average everyday rat, does not even have an intelligence score. Oh, huh. What do you know? They do. Well, I hereby declare as vermin traits. Yeah, it describes them as a tiny animal. Like, there's supposed to be a vermin subcategory which don't have an intelligence or charisma score. Like, that's just not something that exists for vermin. They don't care.
I think that's for like insects and spiders and things like that.
Makes sense. I give it to rats too. I mean, you can
Just things that
train a
people
rat.
generally don't want near them.
Yeah. Anyway, point being, these rats should not have any sort of conscious reaction to anything, and they clearly consciously reacted to what Salandra just did.
What's wrong with these damn things? She's still trying to clean the vomit off her arm.
Clementine, roll knowledge nature.
I got a 16, by the way, if that's 14, if that's relevant.
It is relevant.
11.
Okay. So Clementine, you add your knowledge to Solandra's knowledge. Solandra, yeah, the conclusion that you come to is, yep, that's magic, all right.
Great.
Someone is
Does that
doing
mean I can
something
use
to these rats.
my spell, my knowledge arcana instead of my knowledge nature?
No, it's definitely nature magic. It is not arcane magic. What's the plan, Gentle Fops?
Do you think they're being controlled by something? Someone?
You got a 13 on that, Solandra?
14.
14. Okay, so 16 if you add Clementine's assistance bonus. You would not assume that they were being controlled by someone. If they were being like you understand that they cannot be directly controlled by one human being. Like there's not enough brain power to go around all these rats. There could be some sort of malevolent intelligence that's controlling them. Or there could be like some sort of greater spirit controlling them, but you haven't seen any evidence of that. And if that were the case, they would be far more organized. Like the rats around here recognize that, like you saw that they reacted rather negatively to you doing something. If they were really being like controlled like a hive mind, they would do something about it, but they don't. They just go about their rat business.
So, Solandra and Clementine briefly huddle and start whispering to each other. No. Hold. And then we turn around and tell you what we think.
Okay.
What no, just said.
We
Watching
have
them.
agreed. You are not orcs.
Fantastic.
So these bars, do they block the tunnel? Or does the tunnel go on and these are just bars for like a separate section?
These are bars to separate separate sections. You could probably like squeeze them apart, or like Clementine and Solandra could definitely fit through without an issue. If somebody greased Hult up, he might be able to fit through as well. It's just like the giant rat couldn't fit. It's basically they're basically
You're not
used
using
to.
my blade guard as loot.
Hey, I didn't propose it.
Okay,
Basically these giant bars are to stop like larger piles of solid refuse from getting into other tunnels where they're not supposed to go. You know, like bodies and shit like that.
Gotcha.
Do you think, Clementine? Do you think that these rats will get really pissed if I coup de grace the big one? He might just stay. I think he'll just stay asleep if we don't actively disturb him. I'm not sure if we can get by him without disturbing him.
I mean, considering how well you guys have rolled on stealth, you might want to just kill it before you try to sneak by it.
You know I'm not one to suggest wanton murder of animals, but
It's
I
a
think
rat.
it might
Brother
be
goes
better
through his
to,
thumb.
to put this guy out of his misery.
As Clementine is halfway through the sentence, brother goes through the rat's skull.
Got it. Yeah, you're able to just like sneak your arm through and just like stab it in the brain. At which point some sort of metabolizing activity that had been going on in its torso becomes incredibly unstable as it explodes in more poisonous, diseased bile.
Jump, fly, whatever the hell out of the way.
Solandra, make a reflex save.
Oh man.
This thing ruptures like a rotten banana and just fucking sprays of rotten bile goes spraying all over the place. Like you put the thumb on the end of a hose.
Oh,
20,
God.
20 when with the -2 and count.
Yeah, no, you fucking beat a hasty retreat away from this small but like compelled spray of poisonous diseased bile as this rat deflates like a fucking balloon. Just
I hate this fucking place.
Oh. Oh.
10,000 gold. 10,000 gold.
Just think of the money.
Oh man, at least District 2 is dry. Ugh.
That's true. District 4 is far more wet. All right, gang. Where to next? You could follow the giant rat's path where it came from. You could try to figure out where it was going, or you could stick on this side of the bars and follow them.
Origin of the giant rat?
Yeah.
So that would be going where the rat came from.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So you guys slip through the bars. How are you gonna get Holt through the bars? Holt, you could try
Hold
to
on.
bend metal bars if you want.
Well, we could cover them in rat vomit. That
No.
You cover me in vomit, I'm making you pick it out of my...
Okay, sorry. Time for a little diversion. So, in the Unknown Armies tabletop role-playing system, there are a group of wizards called narco-alchemists who are able to make magically enchanted drugs. And one of the drugs is called Mars Dust, and it fills you with the wrath of, the Roman god Mars. It gives you 60 points in the skill Break Handcuffs, and it gives you 40 points in the skill Bend Iron Bars. And it gives you 30 points in the skill Break Assorted Objects. It also increases your ability to just brawl and fight with weapons you may not be familiar with.
Hey, Holt.
That's
Do
rad.
you have any booze on you?
No?
Damn it.
Sorry.
About to say, if Clementine and Solandra want to go investigate what it was going, where it came from alone, and then come back, that's an option.
Can we get rid of one of these? Can we bend one of these bars so that Holt can slip through?
About to say, anybody who wants to try to bend iron bars can roll a strength check in an attempt to bend iron bars.
Check.
When I say we, I mean Holt.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
Listen. Before you go judging me, this place is... I got an 8.
Don't forget about your -2s. Did you forget about your -2s?
No, I did not.
Good. I'm just making sure. So yep, between Holt and so Clementine, so all right, so Holt's having a problem trying to bend these bars apart with his hands, and then Clementine hatches a clever plan. So she is able to fit in between two of the bars and just scrunch up real tight, and then just try to stand at her full height with her feet on one set of bars and her hands on the other, and she is able to open up enough bars for Holt to get through.
Yes.
Wow, you are surprisingly good at that.
I'm dense.
I never wanted to observe that.
Fun fact: if you critically hit a dwarf in the head, they get to ignore the first critical hit. There's too much bone matter there. It's too dense. They're too small. Anyway, God, I played a 280-pound dwarf cleric, all muscle. Anyway, so you guys.
Yeah, you just have to be careful if you go on board a ship.
Oh God, yeah, no, that was a problem. I was in full plate and I went overboard and I almost fucking drowned. It was a problem because I had no points in athletics, so I couldn't fucking swim at all. The party was able to tie a net around me and then tie the net to a part of the ship and get the ship going fast enough that I was able to breach the surface. It was bad. Anyway, so yeah, you
It
guys
was always the best way to take out the Juggernaut in the comic books.
just dump him in water.
Yeah. Essentially, if you're on a boat and there's deep water underneath, he can't drown, but he can fall a couple thousand feet and then he has to walk.
Because he's not buoyant. That's really funny, actually.
That's very
Yep.
funny.
So
Yeah, I think that happened to him once, and he was a couple of months for him to walk from the middle of the ocean to land. So
because
he's not quick.
Yeah, he's not quick, and he may be an unstoppable force, but that's still just like a whole lot of water pressure, and he's so strong that like that's not enough to kill him. And like, isn't he like indestructible, like with the gem thingy?
Yep.
But still, yeah.
Well, it depends on. He's gone through a lot of incarnations, but
Right.
at that point he was invulnerable and pretty much immune to all conditions.
Yeah, so that won't kill him, but he's still gotta make the journey. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, and one time Spider-Man trapped him in quicksand and concrete.
So, you guys trace this giant rat's steps, and you spy with your little eyes a murdered Otyugh.
Oh.
Its body is adorned with, many large bites, probably made by this very large rat.
Wow, I thought those things were disgusting when they were alive. Ugh.
Somehow it is worse when
Come
it
on,
is
now
dead.
they're helpful scavengers. They're good for the system.
Yeah, until the tentacle reaches up through the pipe to you.
That's why you don't stay near any sewer entrances. Only fools would come down.
Wow. Huh. Apparently there is an entire Otyugh language based on what sense it gives off.
Really?
Yeah. Naturally, most people don't know it. And apparently they can mate and, like, meet in councils? What the fuck? What are Otyughs?
Otyugh society?
There's a whole Otyugh. Okay, so, spoilers, if you spy an Otyugh that is ripe of ammonia, it is calling out to its brothers and sisters in order to gather for a meeting to discuss something. It says the message is time for a moot. And there's only one Otyugh, like, as far as I'm concerned, Ent moots, Otyugh moots, like, they're trying to meet up for some reason. That being said, you're able to see the Otyugh's treasure pile. It is a sack filled with candles. Well, I mean, what's left of candles, anyway.
Do they just look like run-of-the-mill candles?
Yeah.
Something. I'm gonna do my detect magic thing just in case. Check out this whole area.
Go for it.
Not a bad idea.
There are no obvious signs of magic except for the Otyugh itself, which means that it was killed very recently.
So I'm just gonna keep that up, Ronald. I'll just keep restoring the detect magic. It's a cantrip, so.
Yeah, you can detect magic forever. But my only stipulation is that while you are detecting magic, you will have a difficult time seeing more mundane things. Just 'cause. But yeah, dead Otyugh.
I'm gonna keep my eyes open for anything magical. It might distract me a little bit from everything else. So, if something starts leaping out, make sure you get my attention.
But yeah, Otyughs. It says in their ecology section, Otyughs place a great amount of value in objects that most other creatures would consider completely worthless. When a group of adventurers explore an Otyugh's lair, there is a D100 list of things that the Otyugh may have idolized. Anyway, it appears that this Otyugh loved collecting wax. But yeah, you figure like the large bites obviously are obviously rat bites. But someone could roll a heal check if they wanted to discover anything else about what murdered the Otyugh.
I would.
Heck yeah.
Might as well.
Heal check. Whew. Okay.
Alright, well, I'm retiring this D20.
Ronaldo, am I still taking the -4 in addition to -2?
No, that -4 was just to wild empathy with those rats because of reasons I can't tell you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Where's my American cheese D20? There it is.
12.
Okay, so yeah, you guys are able to unite your minds for a second, and you pour over this thing's poor body, and they're the large bites, obviously delivered by that giant rat just moments ago. But its body is also covered in thousands of tiny, tiny bites.
Oh boy.
This thing was just like set upon by many rats, and that thing was their giant rat champion. You suspect now that what's been causing its issue is cannibalism. You know that when rats eat other rats, weird shit happens. And that's why rat ships are such a problem. Because if a ship gets lost at sea and there are any rats on it, and there will be, once those rats eat everything edible, they will just start eating each other, and then you end up with a bunch of fucked up, inbred, cannibalistic death rats if that ship goes ashore. And those rats will eat anything, especially people.
Oh, Ronald, I forgot to tell you, I expended one of my pearls to get my first little spell back.
Right on. So, where to next?
Is this the end of the corridor, or is this...
I mean, you could keep going, but like it obviously just came here to kill the Otyugh. And it was going someplace else.
I think we should head back and follow the rats.
Alright.
Huh.
Do we have
Otyughs
to
have some level of
rescue-
intelligence. Sorry.
Are we going to have to rescue an Otyugh? I'm not sure how appreciative it'll be.
We'll burn that bridge when we come to it.
I don't know how smart they are, so...
Probably smarter than we think.
You would know, Clementine.
Clementine gives you a thumbs up.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright. So are you going to go where the large rat was going, or are you going to go
Yes.
follow the smaller rats? Okay.
I think we should. Well,
What?
do we want to follow the smaller rats because they're like the source of the problem? Because wasn't the big rat just going to kill the Otyugh?
Yeah.
You broke up over the last bit.
Oh, sorry. Did we determine that the big rat was just going to kill the Otyugh? We killed it. Like, has the big rat's trail basically gone cold, or?
Like, where the big rat came from was here, and where it was going to, you're not quite certain.
Gotcha. Is there overlap between where the old big rat seemed to be going and where there are?
This area does have some fucked up rats, but not as many, not in as great a concentration as where you came from. So they are definitely still present here. As a matter of fact, it seems as if like they have only started to spread here.
Okay. My gut says we should follow the little rats. But if you guys think we should go elsewhere, then we'll go elsewhere.
I'm following your lead here. I'm just a big ol' shield. I wouldn't know which way to go if you asked me.
What do you think, Salandra?
Oh, I think that my judgment is being impaired by sheer revulsion.
Fair.
Holt, you take us such lovely places.
I'm showing you the best of District 4. What can I say?
Oh, I'm just afraid that you might be right.
Oh, come on. Let me make my own self-deprecating humor.
Mm.
It doesn't work if you say it.
Yeah, I think that seems like a reasonable plan.
Sounds good.
All right.
So you guys head back the way you came and like keep following the concentration of fucked up rats. Like at first it was like when you came down here it was like maybe 1 out of every 10. Eventually it's like, 50-50 split between fucked up rats and cool rats, and then like you reach a point where like it is open predation. Like the fucked up rats are just killing, like there is a core of fucked up rats and they are just like sweeping outward and just killing any healthy rats and just like eating them. Eventually you just end up in an area filled with fucked up rats, and none of them attack you, but you can tell that they're all watching you. Like they all stop going about their rat errands, and they all just like some of them stand up on their hind legs and just stare at you, and others just stay on all fours and keep an eye on you, and like they are eerily still.
I really wish I'd researched Fireball. Just saying.
Can I try and communicate with the rats?
Go for it. Roll that sweet, sweet wild empathy bonus with a -6 penalty. Total penalty.
Fuck my ass. Just drop my dice into the crack in the bed. Down it goes.
You could roll them in a bowl or something.
That's a good idea. Oh, I thought I touched it.
Dude, for the longest time, I only had rolling bowls and rolling cups. Because I was superstitious about touching my dice because I thought I had the bad luck.
Fuck. Oh, shit. Hold on. My hand's stuck.
Ladies and gentlemen,
okay.
the problems you face as a tabletop role player. Oh god, my hand's stuck in the fucking. Goddamn.
Shit! I knew there was a reason I wanted to get my eyes. Stupid. -1.
So
Nice.
you're like, "Hello, rats. How can I help you?" And they just start screaming. And then they start swarming up and running after you, and you all just start like
Flaming sphere. Flaming
Run.
sphere.
you summon the flaming sphere. Like this is a rat pile of plot size. It is a rat tsunami. Like all you can do is run from the rats. They're not moving too fast though, so like I'm not gonna make you roll athletics to flee these rats. But I am going to make you roll perception at a -5 penalty. Solandra, you are already experiencing a -5 penalty because you are detecting magic everywhere.
12.
Night.
So you're telling me I'm at a -10?
A
-12.
Yeah, -12 total, yes.
All right, so
Your
I got
attentions are
7.
very divided. Clementine, was that 12 from...
It was.
From this? Okay, cool.
Yes.
So, Clementine, Holt, Solandra, you guys are running away from this gigantic tsunami of rats. Clementine, you guys are wading through the filth. And Clementine, you can like you spot a weird ripple of filth. You look out and you're like, "Oh, there's something in the water there. I should jump over it." So you easily hop out of the filth in order to avoid whatever it is that's down there. Solandra and Holt, on the other hand, don't notice it. And before you can turn back to be like, "No, you don't want to," they just trip and fall face first into the filth. Like there's some sort of rope underneath the water, which then like gives way. As Holt and Solandra are mired in the terrible filth, they cannot hear what is coming, but Clementine, you can hear. There is a tsunami of filth headed in the other direction. So from behind you have the rat tsunami, and from ahead you have a filth tsunami.
Oh, fuck.
How would you like to avoid this conflagration?
Oh, fuck. How
I'm,
high is the
I'm
ceiling?
activating flight as soon as I can.
Okay.
How high is the ceiling?
The ceiling is 7 feet high.
How many?
7 feet.
Ronald, I think you're cutting out a bit.
Yeah.
7 feet.
7 feet. Is that is the tsunami wave cresting over the ceiling?
It is not cresting right up to the ceiling. If you get yourself high enough, you'll be able to get your head above the filth.
Okay, I'm going to wild shape.
Cool. What do you wild shape into?
Eagle.
I don't... Okay, so you wild shape into an eagle, and you do your best to gain as much altitude as you can. So, meanwhile, Solandra, like, immediately, like, starts flying and just heads up. Solandra, can I get a fly skill roll?
For both of us, or just Solandra?
Just Solandra.
I think I made that one. 26.
Yeah, you're good. You fly up and you have a vague recollection of how high the ceiling was, so you don't like crack your skull on it. But yeah, you get up there and then you can hear the other tsunami coming, and you just like try to keep your head above the filth. Meanwhile,
I'll try to grab for Clementine if she's having trouble.
I was about to say, Clementine, make a reflex save at a +4 bonus. As Solandra is able to assist your eagle form.
Oh, poor Holt.
18.
I was about to say, Holt, do you have any idea how the fuck to get out of this? Like, do you have any way to get above the filth? No. I mean, like, there is, but it's not enough to get your head up. You'd have to, like, jump.
I think I just gotta fucking weather this.
You'd have to try to, like, jump up and try to get a... Okay, alright, so...
Have you guys seen Dragon Slayer?
I have not, actually.
You know what? You know when the kid the Peter McNichol uses his shield to prevent the dragon's breath? You could try that. Don't think it will work too well, but...
It's not gonna work, but I'll try it.
Alright, Holt, you brace yourself. You brace yourself for impact as you are caught between two warring worlds, rat and filth. You can feel the rat scurrying in your armor, getting flushed out by years of refuse. Okay, so here's how things are gonna go down.
Oh, holy shit!
Clementine, make a fortitude save. Solandra, make a fortitude save. Holt, you automatically fail your save. You have too much filth on you. You know you got something. You just don't know what it is.
Okay.
As the filth settles and the rats continue about their rat business, and just like they're still staring at you, but the tsunami has ended. They've been ousted away. So Holt, you just start vomiting all over the place to get this filth off your body.
Okay, one sec. I was delving under my bed to get my dice back. All right, so fortitude save.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
We are -2 for the saves too, right?
Yep. Being sickened. Yes, you are at a -2 penalty from being sickened, because being sickened sucks.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. So I'll just leave it at that. I'll just make some notes over here. It is difficult to determine which of you have become sick because you all feel awful. So yeah, strangely enough, the perfume-soaked handkerchiefs still holding strong. That is some fucking strong perfume. Holt, you can feel the filth all over you, but you can't smell it.
Great.
Actually, you kind of can't smell anything. Maybe your nostrils have been neutered. You're not quite sure.
So, Ronald,
yes.
Were you talking for the whole time? I heard like dead air for a while, and then your voice came back.
No,
I saw like a green circle around you the whole time.
I always have the green circle. I'm always transmitting. If I wasn't transmitting, there'd be even more cutouts than usual. I was just making some notes and just like tracking things down and keeping track of who has gotten sick and who has not gotten sick. I cannot confirm nor deny which of you are or are not sick. Except for Holt. You guys are pretty sure he's got something.
Yeah, probably.
So what now?
Sorry, I was under my bed trying to get my dice. Have the waves receded?
Yes, it was just one giant wave.
Okay.
Apparently, the rope was a release on some sort of mechanism that just unleashes a tidal wave of filth.
Gotcha.
There was a trap. You sprung it.
And so, what's the rat situation now?
Oh, so the rats have been swept away by the tsunami of filth. They're all covered in filth, and whatever incredible, overriding, devouring swarm intelligence had existed for the brief moments in which they had chased you, has suddenly dissipated.
Okay.
I mean, they are still just like staring at you, but like they're no longer trying to attack you.
All
Let's
right.
see.
Should have memorized Burning Hands for down here.
I'm gonna try and wade through the rats.
I mean, there are no rats to wade through. They're just doing their thing.
Okay.
Everything's sort of stabilized now, right? We're back to kind of status quo.
Yeah, you guys are back down to net neutral.
Okay.
Except we're all completely covered with filth.
Absolutely.
Clementine, I think, is the only one who's still reasonably clean.
She, from the waist down, like somehow it translated through hawk form and just like.
Actually, Clementine, are you still shapeshifted?
Actually, probably. I mean, as long as I can fly.
You can't really
I'll
fly
pop-
down here.
Yeah, it's probably difficult.
Like, if you were
Can
some
you switch
sort
to
of...
another form?
Hmm? What was that, Dave?
I was just asking if she can switch to another form.
She could, but that would take up another use of wild shape. Alternatively, like one of you could hold her up like a falconer or something.
I can hold up the rim of my shield if you want to perch on that.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good.
Clementine makes a little.
Okay.
It's actually tricky business to balancing on the shield. Like, it's not a problem. It's just not comfortable. You know, probably more comfortable than
It's also-
walking through filth.
Slick with, filth.
That's okay. I've got big, strong talons.
That's good.
Big, strong, slick talons. Anyway, so you guys keep heading down this absolutely filthy hallway, and then so the rats staring at you, kind of creepy. Now the walls are adorned with some sort of red paint of like various sort of like regal looking rats. Like some of them are very crude, some of them are very like regal rats, but like it's just like red splatter in rat shapes all over the walls, all over the place. Someone had a field day down here.
What the fuck is this?
And
Well, at least they use blood instead of shit.
ding, 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 you have guessed correctly. It is Otyugh blood.
Oh.
Or rat blood. But it's blood. It's just blood. Blood for the blood god.
Is it, with my superior hawk senses, can I tell if it's fresh?
It is not fresh.
Okay.
Are there any more dead Otyugh here?
There are not, but you come upon a hole in the wall. Like, you continue down a ways, and like all of the there are two rats reverently like standing and worshiping before this great doorway.
Holt, how are you?
Me? I am like 6 something? 6
No, I was asking how old, how are you?
Oh, me? No, I am awful. How are you? Every bit of me is covered in shit. Thanks for leaving me back there.
What was I supposed to do? Carry you?
I don't know, maybe. It's fine. I'm fine.
Mhm.
Wow, holy shit. I actually found the murals.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I found fucking rat murals.
Oh, damn. Pretty cool.
Whoa.
But you do not know what is beyond the doorway. Like you hold up brother, the light he sheds cannot pierce the veil of the door. You hold up your ever burning torch, it cannot pierce the veil of the door.
Sorry, is this the door or the hole in the wall?
Well, the hole in the wall is I'm just referring to it as a doorway.
Okay.
And like
Clem, do you have any cure disease in your head?
Clementine nods her birdie head. And she will kind of, let's see. Is my head still relatively clean?
yes. You can peck Holt in order to deliver a cure disease.
Sweet. I shall do that.
Although he's even if he's suffering from the disease right now, he won't feel the effects for a few days. And remove disease removes all diseases.
If he's not actually suffering from the effects, we should wait until.
We should save it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Holt, you can definitely feel a fever brewing. You know how it is when you're like, oh, I'm gonna get sick. I'm gonna be sick tomorrow. You're not feeling it right now, but like tomorrow, you know you're gonna be bedridden and all fucked up.
I'm fine for now.
All right,
Thanks.
let's figure out. Let's just get this fucking over with because I'm not coming back down to this fucking place if I can help.
Hell no. Every time something gross happens, I take off 1,000 gold. You know? I think we're down to 7k, and that's starting to not be worth it.
You must be counting less gross things than I am.
I'm only counting the things that happen to me, yes.
Well,
does anyone pass beyond the veil?
I do.
Yep.
And, like, Clementine, you're coming with me, so.
Yep.
I'll come after. In such a way that his large shape is eclipsing mine.
Oh God. Never mind.
Don't say that.
No, don't worry about it. I'm doing things over here.
Okay.
Oh man, that sucks.
So,
Anyway,
a giant saber-toothed cat would be really handy right now.
wouldn't
Just
it?
saying.
Does anybody?
Hold on, let me see if that's something I can turn into.
Does anyone pass through the veil of the doorway?
Yes.
All right. So you pass through the veil of the doorway, and there is a rather tidy and polite-looking shrine on the other side. There is an altar that is actually kept very clean. A sleeping pallet covered in cozy pillows. A rather small, like, pile of accumulated loot, and a series of murals depicting rats in bizarre and strange situations, including like leading human beings and things.
charming.
Molly, did you discern whether or not you can turn into a large saber-toothed cat?
I can turn into a large animal. I'm just trying to see what those are. Let's see. Okay, large mammals such as bison, lions. Let's see. I would say I can turn into a lion.
I'm pretty sure panthers are better.
Okay, let's see.
I don't...
Does it even make a difference the way monsters? It's always the same stats, isn't it? Just size.
Oh, God damn it. I am trying to
I'd
find...
say there's jaguar, panther, leopard.
I'm just thinking of cats and rats. You know,
Right. Nope, actually, my bad. Lions are strictly superior to jaguars. I mean, like, you'll still
Sweet.
have it just in terms of how much their claws. The big thing is that, like, panthers don't get a grab bonus on their bite, and lions do.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
That's
And
the big thing.
it looked like panthers were all medium.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, yeah, you can turn into a fucking lion if you want.
Sweet. I will do that. Actually,
Um,
I'm gonna just hop down
Thank you.
and go back to human form for now.
Got it. But you have a lion under your belt now.
I do.
Everybody make a
It
perception
would have been
roll.
really cool though if I could have turned into a lion and like bounced off Holt's shield as you threw me.
ooh, pounce.
Yeah.
Finally. Finally. I got something above a 10.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what are we rolling for?
Perception.
Oh. Well,
19.
I am focusing on magic, so I don't know if that's
It doesn't because this is a listen. Although you know what, yeah, don't worry about it. They got it. You're too busy looking at all the magic loot over there. There are some potions and scrolls, and holy shit, are those 2 magic wands? What the fuck? Meanwhile, Clementine and Holt can hear coming down the hallway outside is, "Hello, Montgomery. Hello, Petunia. Hello, Oreo. No, it's fine. Yes. Everything will be taken care of. Oh, hello, James. How are you doing, little James? Oh, my goodness gracious. It's been so long since I've seen you. Look how you've grown. You're truly a chosen. Soon you're going to be as big as Montgomery over there. Ah, yes. You can tell that as the voice comes closer that it is definitely coming towards the room, but it cannot see beyond the veil. If you wish, you can attempt to hide from it.
Excellent.
I'll vanish.
Oh, perfect. Hide in plain sight.
Can I like stand to one side of the doorway?
You certainly can.
That's what I'll do.
And then I'll just kind of stand behind
Sure. Get in the corner.
the hide behind Holt formation.
Jesus. Simple but effective. Maybe.
Simple but effective.
My American cheese dice.
What the fuck?
Oh, how was that shredded Swiss?
I didn't try it. I used the mozzarella.
There.
I'm not usually a huge fan of Swiss.
So, you
fair.
guys are all in various states of hiding. Clementine, what were you going to do to hide?
Hiding behind Holt.
Got it. So you hide behind Holt. Solandra is hiding in plain sight. Everybody make a perception check.
Motherfucker.
Perception.
That was it, kids. That was my one good roll.
Let's see.
I don't see anything.
I would say you're probably looking the other direction to make sure that I'm in position.
Okay. So. Okay. So you guys are all doing your thing, and you're all totally ready. And everybody roll initiative.
Oh,
Oh, like that. Keep on forgetting the -2.
I haven't. What a pain.
Okay. So here is how the battle begins. So, Clementine, you feel a teeny tiny bite on your ankle. And you look down, and there's just a rat. Just generic, everyday, run-of-the-mill rat. And then you feel sick.
oh.
Make a fortitude save.
$19.
19. Okay. You take 2 points of constitution damage as the poison courses through your veins.
Oh,
It lowers your fortitude save by 1 and your hit points by 1 per level. At which point, this guy bursts through the veil. What stands before you is a what stands before you is some sort of lizard man of some variety. And he is draped in a coat made out of like rat hides, all sewn together with rat sinew. And he is like wild-eyed and like half crazed. That being said, as he comes to the door, like he's ready to like level a spell at someone, but Solandra, you are too ready for him, so you get to go first.
Okay. I'm going to. Am I already in melee distance from him now, or?
No, you'd have to move in.
Sorry, what was that?
I was saying that you would have to move in. Like I assumed that you were somewhere in the center of the room.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to precast my shocking blast to use with my spell strike. Activate my flight and fly over to him to deliver the spell strike.
Sounds good. Roll it up.
And if I can come at him obliquely, or if it doesn't matter if I'm invisible or not, but I prefer to flank him.
I mean, okay.
Okay. So. 21.
That is definitely a hit.
And my spell strike. Well, actually, first damage from the brother. Brother blade damage is 11 points of damage. And then the intensified shocking grasp is 31 points of damage from the shocking grasp.
How much damage total?
Brother was a 11, I believe, and that was 31, so 42.
Sounds good. Yeah, you immediately bloody him with a terrible sword blow, and he squeaks like a rat instead of like roaring like whatever lizard man should sound like.
I'm visible now.
Yes, you are very visible. And he sort of like whimpers past you. You're not sure if like he's about to like just like go down after one hit, but then he like surges forward, grasping 3 walnuts in his palm, and he crushes them all. Everybody make a will save.
Holt stares directly into the camera like he's on.
Minus 2. That even 20.
I rolled.
Oh boy.
Is that including the
Oh wait,
minus
that
2
would be a
second
minus
penalty?
3, so a minus 2.
What?
We got negative numbers going on.
Minus 3.
Crap.
Okay, problems are gonna start happening. Clementine and Holt, you have been confused.
Oh,
What does that do?
Awful things. Terribly,
great.
terribly random things. You basically, we're gonna explore the full extent of what your characters are capable of because anything might happen.
I can't wait.
That being said, speaking of Holt, it's your turn. So
Awesome.
instead of doing what you would normally do,
I have this bad feeling about this.
you begin babbling incoherently.
Alright, that's better than him deciding to bull rush Salandra.
Like you drop to your knees, hold the sides of your head, and all you can do is hear the squeaking, and you just start shouting, trying to get the squeaking out of your ears. Dear sweet God, you were the rats the whole time. They're in you. You're just a rat puppet, Holt.
Fuck.
Clementine, it's your turn. Okay. Clementine, what is your most powerful spell?
Let's see, what did I prepare? I prepared ball lightning.
Ball lightning. Okay. Let me look up ball lightning. You create 2 globes of lightning. Okay, alright. So you create 2 globes of lightning, and your immediate thoughts are, oh god, Salandra and Holt are actually rat puppets. Holy fucking shit. They were the rats the whole time. Mother of God. Okay, so Holt, make a reflex save with a -8 penalty. -4 because you are wearing metal armor, and an additional -4 because, dear sweet God, make the screaming stop.
Is that
And-
on top of the minus 2?
It is. I'm sorry, you're in a very poor condition to
So it's a
avoid
minus
this lightning.
10.
It's a -10. You might succeed. Um,
Oh, they.
All right, and Salandra, you also get a globe of lightning thrust in your direction. What sort of armor are you wearing?
Studded leather. Does that count as metallic?
I'm gonna say no. There's not enough metal there, but so you still need to make a reflex save.
Okay.
Oh no!
You're standing right behind me!
How's this ball of lightning up your ass?
Okay.
Is 15 enough?
15 is not enough. If I had to hazard a guess, Clementine, you have 16 wisdom, correct?
There you are. I do.
All right, so yeah, you would have needed a 17. So each of you, Clementine, would you like me to roll the damage, or will you roll your ball lightning damage?
I'll roll it. I'll take responsibility for this action.
Really ask because I love Jesus.
The good Lord would want it that way.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In this trying time.
I just gotta-
So this D20 is going in the garbage.
Hey, actually, are we still second in this place?
You are still
Yes!
second in this
Is this
place.
room cleaner?
It's cleaner, but unfortunately, you are also covered in filth that you can still smell yourselves.
It's stuck in your nose.
Yeah, if you guys had been able to get here while avoiding the stench tsunami and any other, and and the rat poison vomit. You...
Okay, so I have so many. There's a lot to unpack here.
There's a lot to unpack.
All right, I'm good. Sorry. Commence the shocking.
So, Clementine, how much damage do you deal to Holt? Okay, so Holt, you take
I'm
8
ready.
electricity damage. And then Salandra, how much electricity damage does she take?
Also 8.
Okay, Salandra, you take 8 electricity damage.
Oops, sorry. Excuse me. Let me fix that.
Oh.
I fat fingered it.
Oh, I'd finger to 7. Okay,
There we go.
cool.
Nah,
So,
it's lethal.
not too bad.
Nice.
Back to the top of the initiative order. Salandra, it's your turn.
All right. I am going to do spell combat. First, I'm going to use a swift action. I'm going to make brother keen, and give him and add a flaming to his portfolio.
Sounds good.
And so first, I'm going to do my normal attack. And that is minus 2. 20 even.
That is a hit.
Okay. So that's a normal strike. Does 9 points of regular damage. Ooh, 6 points of fire damage. So a total of 15 points of damage.
He squeals again and unleashes in some sort of bizarre tongue, some sort of phrase of extreme pity. Like you can tell
Is
by
he asking for mercy?
no, not exactly mercy.
Oh,
but,
spell strike.
but he's whimpering and he's like, "Why are you doing this to me? I'm just doing what's right."
I was going to chat with this guy until he came in. But, alright. It's spell strike using my my last intensified shock and grasp. Unless I use Burn of the Pro. And 15 plus 7, 22. Oh, 15 is in critical range. And I got a 19 to confirm.
Okay, so let me just say, this guy explodes into rats,
Oh!
Even better.
and then the rats descend upon you.
Oh, lovely.
The rats on his coat turn to life and skitter around, and then his body disseminates into rats, and then more rats come in through the threshold, and they all want a piece of all of you.
Oh, fuck. And they're still
Clementine,
confused, huh?
they are still confused. You hit him, and you don't need to roll damage. This guy's fucked. I assure you, he does not have enough health to survive this incredible shocking grasp. But the rat that bit you, Clementine, if only you could pay attention to it, like screeches a sort of like blood curdling battle cry, and is like weep, and then the rats descend. So
Oh fuck.
one swarm comes after you, Salandra, and the other swarm goes after both Holt and Clementine. They are large enough to be able to do this.
Well, that's just lovely.
That being said, so here's what happens. Salandra, you take 3 damage. Like, but there are just so many rats all over your body. Like, they don't need to roll to hit you. They're everywhere. And then roll a fortitude save and then a will save.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Holt and Clementine, you each take 5 damage from the pile of rats. And then I'm going to need a fortitude save and a will save from both of you.
Oh.
Okay, fine. Check.
Okay.
Fort save. That's great. I'm having a day.
Things are happening.
What the?
There's something about Holt's Constitution score you don't know about. Anyway, so
Oh wait, sorry. Let me. I fucked my my fort save. I did not get a 7. I actually got a -1 as well. I forgot about my current large negative penalty. No, I got a 0. I got a 0. Plain 0.
okay.
I currently have a -7 on Constitution.
All right, so here's what's up. Salandra, you don't feel so good. Clementine, you feel awful. Salandra, you can barely keep your focus. You were able to pull out a rat that was trying to scurry up your nose, and you'll get an action next turn. Clementine, you will also get an action. Holt, you have decided to embrace your rat gods.
Oh, great.
So,
Nice.
Holt, while you are embracing your rat gods, they demand a sacrifice of Clementine. I want you to hit Clementine as hard as you can with your sword. With a -6 penalty to hit.
With a 6 penalty to hit? Okay.
Yes.
1 second.
Because, like,
Alright.
you are
Are
currently
you guys
one
both
with...
still confused too?
Yes. They will be confused for 4 more rounds.
I'm sorry. -2. So that 16?
Clementine, is your armor class greater than 16?
It is 16 exactly.
Which means you hit.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm really sorry.
what have you done?
Rolled well for.
I'm so sorry.
I've only got 40 hit points. So what are you doing?
-12.
Wait, what, -12 for what?
For her. I rolled a 12
Okay.
for damage.
Yeah, no, Clementine, you take 12 damage as Holt attacks you with the sword with the pointy end. He looks at you and says, "For the rat gods, for Croc." You have no idea what Croc is.
Oh.
Your turn begins, and you become intimately familiar with what Croc is. So you're gonna send. Let me read the exact description of confusion. All right, so you're gonna send 1 lightning sphere at the rat swarm and the other lightning sphere at Holt. So Holt, make a reflex save with a -6 penalty.
Mother, what the fuck? Okay. With all the subtractions, I got a 1.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This is Penalty City.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Take me down to
Penalty City. The girls are
Where the
bright and
rats
the
are
trash is
big and the
pretty.
dice are shitty.
Take
That's where I am right
me home.
now! All night, baby!
Oh. Oh. Fuck. Okay, that's not so bad. So 10 damage to Holt.
Okay.
Okay.
And then to the rat swarm, 10 as well.
Okay. So the swarm, this ball of lightning paints a swath through the swarm of rats, and just like there's nothing but cooked rat flesh in its wake as they squeal and squeak and scream. Meanwhile, it's Solandra's turn. You are literally up to your neck in rat.
So the question is, when I make a touch attack, am I attacking the swarm or just one of the rats?
So the way swarm combat works is swarms only take half damage from piercing and slashing attacks. They also have other swarm traits.
But like a touch spell would affect them all?
I'm going to check that out real quick. I'm going to look through the swarm traits.
Okay. Just trying to figure out if I can use my pearl to get my shocking grasp back.
About to say, I'm sorry, I don't know. All right. Swarms do not threaten creatures and do not make attacks of opportunity. The swarm has no clear front or back and no discernible anatomy.
Hey, it doesn't say what type of action using the Pearl of Power is. Is that just a free action, or is it?
I'm gonna look up Pearl of Power real quick. Good shit. Once per day. It does not say. I'm gonna say that it's swift and not free, so like it's quick, but not literally nothing.
So it's the only swift action I can take this round.
Yeah. So any spell, a swarm is immune to any spell or effect that targets a specific number of creatures, with the exception of mind affecting effects, if the swarm has an intelligence score and a hive mind. And it takes half again as much damage from spells or effects that affect an area, like splash weapons or evocation spells. So if you try to shocking grasp one of these rats or chilling grasp one of these rats, it doesn't matter. You will do 1 damage to the swarm.
Just lovely. Okay. In that case, I am going to activate spell combat and blink.
Sounds good.
As my first thing, I have to make a concentration roll, I guess.
Yes.
Ronald?
Yes. You're going to need to make a concentration roll.
Okay. Wish I could figure out what concentration roll is.
It's just your caster level.
Caster level plus what?
I don't know if there is any bonus to that. Concentration. Your caster level and ability, your casting ability score modifier.
Okay. Plus 10. Oh, good. So 26.
26. That is enough to overcome the injury that you had sustained.
Okay, I am blinking now, so hopefully the rats will fall through me when I'm on the ethereal plane.
Yes, the rats begin sloughing off your body.
I am going to try to slash through the swarm when I step back into the material plane.
Sounds good.
With some action. And 21, which I presume is enough to disarm.
That is enough to hit, but you need to make a D percentile roll to ensure that you are not ethereal while you attack it.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's right. 20%, right? Anything over...
Yeah, I think it's 20%.
Okay, I got 34.
Woo!
So I do brother does 6 points of damage. The flaming, does that do anything?
I'm going to say yes, but I'm also going to cut its damage in half.
Okay. And that's 4, so 2.
Got it. The rats try to attack you. The rats are not fortunate enough. You are on the ethereal plane as they try to attack you.
Oh, thank God.
Meanwhile, Halt and Clementine each take 4 points of damage. And then Halt and Clementine each need to make a fortitude save and a will save.
You got it.
I can do simple math.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm
so,
sorry, I rolled a 3.
Halt, once again, you are thrall to the rat god Krog. And now that you have harmed your friends, it asks for your blood. And you're like, oh man, my blood? I love blood. I would totally love to give blood to shit. And so
Okay.
Blood.
you deal...
I love blood.
You deal...
I'm absolutely positively wild about.
Like,
Not
there is a
helping.
conscious part of your lizard brain that is like, whoa, Frank, what the fuck are you doing? Put the sword down. Don't fucking cut yourself, buddy. But you are unable to completely stop yourself from just, like, using your sword to just, like, randomly flail against your body. You take 3 plus your strength modifier in damage against yourself.
All right.
Meanwhile, Clementine, you're feeling a
Alright.
different kind of bloodlust, and you send those balls of lightning. Right, actually, now that I think about it, considering now that I understand how swarms work, you send those balls of lightning toward Halt and the swarm again. I won't make you roll against the swarm because, like, you will hit something, so you will deal 1 point of damage to the swarm. But Halt, make a reflex save at a -6 penalty.
A what save?
Reflex.
Reflex.
At a -6?
Yes. There are 3
Yes,
more
sir.
rounds of confusion to go.
I'm gonna be dead by then. I'm gonna be...
It's gonna be May.
Reflex! 1!
Woo!
Didn't roll a critical one. Got a
Clementine,
1,
how much
'cause
damage does
minus-
Halt take?
Please roll low.
Oh.
If you love me.
11.
If there's any justice in this world.
There is no justice in this world.
11.
There is no justice. There's just you. Meanwhile, back to the top of the order. Solandra, did I make you make a fortitude and a will save?
Last round, no.
All right, make that fortitude and will save now.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I made a boo-boo.
Am I just at the generic -2 at this point?
Yep.
Am I just at the generic -2 at this point?
Yes, you are at the generic -2 at this point.
Okay. Fortitude's not looking great.
Nice. Back to your turn, Salandra. What do?
What does that Fortitude 9 do?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. All right. I am going to do spell combat against my swarm. I'm going to attack first with brother. So that's a 16. Is that okay?
That is definitely a hit.
Brother does 8, so that would be 4, I guess. It's half, right, for slashing. And then I rolled a 3 on the fire damage.
Got it. So they are going to try to attack you. And they
I still have my spell strike.
What spell could you cast that could deal damage?
Well, actually, I'm just going to use my brand, and but it means I get to make my sword strike too.
That's fair.
It works just like dual wield ways. Okay, and that is 15.
That's a hit.
One of the rats might take 1 point of damage. All right. Oh, but brother does 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Ooh, wow, that does on fire. So 12 from the blade and another 6 from fire.
Sounds good. So you hit this swarm so hard and send so many rat carcasses flying that whatever malevolent intelligence that had been commanding it is overridden by their survival instincts, and the rest of them scurry away to various hiding holes, not to trouble you again. That being said, there is another swarm that is troubling Holt and Clementine.
Oh, fuck.
That being said, each of them take 2 damage and need to give me another Fortitude and Will save.
Oh, please, you mother. Thank you.
How many diseases have we been infected with?
Don't worry about
ask
it.
Questions.
Questions for later.
Alright, that's not bad.
Okay, here's what's up. Okay, Clementine, you stand as still as possible, and then you just start vomiting, and then you start crying because you're vomiting and you're not standing as still as possible. God damn it. God damn it, no. No, now they'll find you. Meanwhile, Holt, on the other hand, actually, okay, so here's what happens. You are suddenly filled, you're suddenly aware, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna fight, and this is a pile of rats. But, whatever logic, there is the briefest glimpse of logic and focused, concerted attention, which is immediately overridden by immense bloodlust. Hit the swarm as hard as you can, with a -6 penalty.
Can I use a spell or?
Oh no, I was talking to Holt. You don't get to do anything, Clementine.
Sorry. Okay.
Oh, cool.
I'm busy vomiting and crying. Understood.
Yes.
With a
Sounds like
-6.
Wednesday all over again.
So, a... Fuck. A 7?
A 7 does not hit the swarm of rats.
Couldn't hit the broadside of a barn door.
Back to the top of the initiative. Salandra, what do?
Oh, fuck.
Your companions appear to be being eaten alive by rats.
Yeah, I know. I'm still flying, so. I'm still flying and blinking. I'm worried as I approach them, they're going to attack me, but I have to do something to try to save them, so. Uh, I can tell that they're not at their best selves right now.
No, they're freaking. Like, Clementine is standing perfectly still as the rats course across her body and bite her. And then, like, she starts vomiting, and you use your your keen senses of empathy to recognize she is crying now because she is vomiting. Like, not because of the sensation, but because, like, something about vomiting is triggering, like, an anxiety response for some reason. Your friends are fucked up. They have problems.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'm gonna flit over there, and can I slash at the swarm without hitting either of them?
Yes. Yes, you may. That's actually incredibly easy.
Okay. I'm using spell combat still.
Okay. Just remember, you need to roll to not blink yourself.
Okay. I'll do that before I even. Okay. Okay. 68.
There we go. You don't blink yourself out of existence.
All right. My spell. My regular attack is 17, which is a hit. Based on my guys. And brother does 10 points of damage, and the fire does 2 more. And then I'm going to use my mighty brand again